Every material has a physical limit. Apply enough tension over time, and eventually it snaps. The human body operates on the exact same principle. On September 17, 2024, Manchester City midfielder Rodri sat before the press and delivered a stark warning. He stated that elite football players were on the verge of a strike, driven to the edge by a relentlessly packed match schedule. He was speaking from grueling experience. In the previous season, Rodri played 63 matches across his club and national teams, logging well over 5,000 minutes of high-intensity, competitive playtime. Less than a week after delivering that warning, Rodri collapsed on the pitch. He suffered a devastating tear to his ACL, a season-ending knee injury. Sports scientists note that an elite athlete can maintain peak physical performance for about 40 to 50 games a season. But the modern football calendar now demands that top-tier players push through 70, sometimes 80 matches a year. Rodri's torn ACL is a direct reflection of that mathematical tension. It is a highly visible fracture in a system that is pushing human physiology well past its natural limits. To see how quickly this workload has escalated, look at Real Madrid and England star Jude Bellingham. Before his 21st birthday, Bellingham had accumulated over 18,000 minutes of professional football. Compare that to the previous generation of English superstars. At that exact same age, David Beckham had played only 3,929 minutes. The modern youth prospect is running almost 5 times as much mileage before they even reach full physical maturity. This friction is generating a hidden cost across the sport. Recent surveys from the Global Players Union reveal that over half of all professional players admit they are routinely forced onto the pitch while carrying active injuries. Football is transitioning from a showcase of athletic skill into a battle of physical endurance, where success depends heavily on who can survive the schedule. The real force driving this relentless schedule comes directly from the boardroom. This diagram outlines FIFA's financial strategy for the upcoming 2026 World Cup. It shows the tournament expanding from its traditional 32-team bracket up to 48 teams. This inflates the total number of matches from 64 to 104, generating a massive increase in revenue. That expansion spills over into club football. A new 32-team Club World Cup has been inserted directly into the traditional summer off-season. Players are now routed through continuous transatlantic travel between domestic leagues, European tournaments, and international duties, leaving virtually zero time for muscular recovery. Yet, FIFA President Gianni Infantino downplays these concerns, arguing the expanded tournaments have minimal impact on player welfare since they only occur every 4 years. The drive for infinite economic growth requires match inventory, and the only way to create that inventory is to harvest the players' designated rest periods. The players tried to fight back. In mid-2024, the global union FIFPro prepared massive antitrust lawsuits against FIFA, accusing them of severe calendar abuse. But the litigation abruptly halted. FIFPro dropped the lawsuits, signing a cooperation agreement with FIFA instead. In exchange for withdrawing their legal claims, the union gained a formal governance seat and a $20 million player assistance fund. For many active players, this compromise felt like an abandonment. They watched their primary representation trade immediate action on the match calendar for institutional influence. This frustration sparked a fracture in the workforce. A rebel faction called the Justice for Players Foundation emerged, organizing a massive class action lawsuit on behalf of 100,000 current and former players to challenge FIFA's labor practices. A clear demand for physical rest has mutated into a multi-billion-dollar corporate legal battle, while the athletes themselves continue to navigate the exact same overcrowded pitch. All of these boardroom disputes and physical breakdowns eventually reach the consumer. By stretching the calendar to its absolute limit to maximize the sheer quantity of matches, executives are actively degrading the quality of the football being played. Simultaneously, organizations are utilizing dynamic pricing models to extract record-high ticket fees for these expanded events. Fans are paying steeper premiums than ever before, only to watch exhausted, injury-prone superstars limp through matches or sit out entirely due to fatigue. A 75-game season extracts a biological toll the human body cannot pay. It breaks the athletes it relies on, and it shortchanges the fans funding the system. If the governing bodies refuse to scale back the schedule,
the athletes may have to force a pause themselves. Would you support a global player strike to save the sport?